Welcome back to Middle-Aged Man Learns to Draw His Dog, where I'm tracking my progress, trying to learn the skills of a professional illustrator starting from zero by drawing my dog every day this year. I'm working on all this with a non-creative 9-to-5 job and a busy family life with young kids and, of course, a dog. Today we're going to be looking at drawings from May 18th through May 20th, but first, a huge thanks for all the comments and feedback on the last video. It's genuinely super encouraging, and for everyone who subscribed, I'm excited to have you along for the ride, so thanks. So the first drawing in the beginning of this video was from May 18th, and this one is from the 19th, and I'm pretty sure we had either just recently watched the movie Shang-Chi, Marvel's movie, or listened to the soundtrack, which is super cool if you haven't listened to it, if you like that kind of music, but I got it in my head that it'd be super fun to make this like martial arts version of my dog, and this is what I came up with. I was out of gray ink because I've been trying to do all my drawings in grayscale just to learn tone and value more, to be focusing in on tone and value more, but I was out of my gray ink, so I chose blue as my alternative scale, and in the end, I think this drawing would have been cool if it was more than just blue colors, or if I'd used them a little bit differently, because you kind of lose some of the detail around my dog once I do a little bit more here. But I was also focusing on like a sticker shape of a drawing, so I've been trying for many of my drawings to focus on the idea of completing a sticker, something that would look good in a sticker, and really just stuck to this circular format. And I like that idea because it forces me to think through design elements better and finish drawings. I mentioned that in another video, but I'm just mentioning it again here. But in the end, I like this one a lot. It's kind of funny thinking of him as some sort of martial arts dude, but his head is huge. But it works well enough, I think. But definitely the contrast of his body against the background is, I feel like it could be a lot clearer. In this last drawing, I used a reference photo that I really like. I just like the expression on his face and kind of like the angles and everything. But I don't tend to use reference photos, and at least at the time that I was doing this drawing, I wasn't using reference photos a lot, and I've been trying to use them a lot more recently because I think my drawings are better when I do use reference photos. I really like the cartoony drawings of my dog, but I feel like he's so expressive in real life that it's really fun to capture his personality, like in realistic drawings, and to tell you something about his personality. So I mentioned before that he's a shelter dog, and when we picked him up, the shelter, who had only had him a few days before we got him, they had named him Butter because they said that when they pet him, he would just melt to the ground like butter. And it truly says so much about his personality, like how sweet he is, and his normal response to things is just to want to snuggle. He's a super snuggly dog, and that has been really perfect for us because we have young boys who really love him, but also are, like with all things, are figuring out how to play, and sometimes they're rougher than they should be, and you really want a dog that's going to default to being really sweet, and instead of being like rough back with young boys, and so he's been perfect for us, and he's an incredibly sweet dog. So I love being able to convey what his personality is like in realistic drawings. So I'm trying to be better at finding good drawings to use for what I want to do, so that I can make his personality come out more, yeah, yeah, so I love being able to draw out his personality more, literally. One last thing I'll say about this drawing is that I really liked that I ended up doing it in color. Again, I'd planned to do all these drawings in gray, but because I'd run out of gray ink, I was using all these colors that I wouldn't usually use, and I liked that there's like this forcing function that happens, like I don't have a lot of free time, so I end up doing these quick drawings, and that forces a certain type of learning, which is overall I think been really great for me, and then having to use color, resulted in this drawing that I would not have gotten otherwise, and I really enjoy it. But I have found with alcohol markers that I think that they're hard to work with when you're trying to back out mistakes, and so I'm trying to focus on lighting right now, and they seem particularly hard for me in learning lighting, so I'm trying to find other mediums to also work with, and if anyone has recommendations, I'd be all ears. In the next video, we'll start wrapping up the drawings that I did in May of this year. And if you're interested in learning about how I got started on this strategy of drawing my dog every day, please check out one of the videos on the screen. Thanks a lot.